Welcome to Mountain's Edge, Table 1. APA 8-ball. Tonight we have John Brown and Melissa Norman, I believe.
Yeah,
last name?
Melissa Norman. That's the name that was on the score sheet. Yeah, I'm Danny. I'm a very new member of the APA Cascades chapter. I met Johnny Brown and was amazed at how well he played pool, and I came out and watched him shoot and decided to try it out myself. And Johnny Brown, you have played with some of the best pool players that I can find out there to watch matches of. Why don't you run through names of a couple people that you've played with while we're waiting for the lag to start?
All right. Well, I've done quite a few tournaments in the Northwest. Washington, Oregon, Nevada. I've played with Glenn Atwell, Stan Tarango, played Mika Immonen down in Reno.
Oh wow, I saw a match at him on YouTube.
Yeah,
he's really good.
He's been a world champion. Very professional. It's really nice when you're playing against the top pros. They're very mellow for the most part. Nothing really distracts them. Yeah, it takes a lot to get them out of their game. They're really focused as they're playing.
I would say the same of you, Johnny, after watching you play. You have this look on your face, this focused look, and almost it feels like somebody could even call your name and you wouldn't even hear it almost.
It's true. You get into a certain amount of focus when you're in there, when you're really intense and you're really wanting to play well. So Melissa here won the lag. I believe she's a 5. She's racing to 3. I'm a 7, and I'm racing to 5. So it's a 5-3 race. We're playing APA, ball in hand rules. If it's a scratch on the break, it's in the kitchen. Other than that, it's a ball in hand anywhere.
Wow, that's a lot of terminology, Johnny. What does it mean to lag?
The lag is when you have both people that are playing, and you take it behind the head string, the second dot, by where you break, and you send a ball down table off the end rail, and then get it as close back to the close rail as you can. You cannot hit a side rail, and it cannot go in a pocket for it to be legal.
Oh, okay. So here, Melissa got her ball closer to that starting rail than you did, yeah. And so what happens? What does she get for that?
She gets to break first. She has the opening break, and we're playing on a 8-foot valley table.
All right. And the kitchen area, you mentioned that was a term I hadn't heard before. I know what it means now, but right now, Melissa's in the kitchen. She's got to be behind that second diamond up on those side rails. Is that right?
Yep. Nice break, hit it nice and square. The ball spread out, but nothing dropped for her.
Now, I noticed that after that ball hit the pack, the rack there, Johnny, it came back and then it went forwards, and it didn't hit anything before it went forwards. How does a ball do that?
Well, on that specific shot, she hit it with a little bit of high English. So when it hits the pack, the pressure sends the cue ball back a little bit, and then the top English is going to force follow it forward through the rest of the balls. Oh,
so you mean you've got an influence on what the ball does, the cue ball does after it hits the ball you're trying to pocket?
Correct.
Oh, all right. I thought you were telekinetic. All right. Well, you've pocketed one ball?
Yep, I picked one ball into the corner pocket. I didn't quite get the shape I wanted. Got a little tight to the 7, and so I decided just to make a good hit, move some balls around, and wait for my next opportunity. We have a little bit of a cluster on the far side by the side pocket. There's 4 balls over there, and nothing goes very easy. So I wasn't too nervous about my opponent being able to get out this next turn.
Okay. And when you were talking about Melissa being a 5 and you being a 7, is that the skill levels?
Yes, that's the skill levels in the APA. It goes from a 1 to a 7 when you're playing 8-ball, and a 1 to a 9 in 9-ball. And so you get quite a bit of handicap difference, which really levels the playing field quite a bit.
And are you the highest skill levels in both of those?
I am.
That's amazing, Johnny. How long have you been playing pool?
Just over 12 years.
Wow, that's a short amount of time to rise up to the highest skill level, I think.
It's been a lot of fun. I've spent a lot of time practicing at different points before tournaments or just working on certain things. Played in the Reno Bar Box World Championships several different years and really watched the best in the world and how they go about things. The way they practice is pretty intense. I rolled up a little tight on that ball.
Yeah.
I still got pretty good shape. I'm going to shoot this 15 in the side pocket.
Okay. Do you remember, are those balls touching, the cue ball and what is that, the orange stripe one? I don't even know the number.
Yeah, it might be the 13, I believe. You see me back away from the table there. I have a person on another table right next to me, and I'm just backing away, waiting for my turn, making sure I don't mess up their game.
So there's a lot going on that's may not necessarily be associated with your game on this table, but you've got to be aware of what's going on the other tables so that you don't accidentally bump somebody when they're in their shot, or...
Yeah, you do. Typically, that's before you get down on your shot. You're getting up, you're chalking, you're seeing what you want to do, how you want to get to the next shot. And while you're doing that, you can kind of look around, see who else is playing next to you, see if they're ready before you. And just be considerate in general.
Yeah, I've been very impressed with just the wonderful people in the APA. I play on 3 different teams, and I've met a lot of great people. Oh, she missed that shot. I was rooting for her a little bit. Sorry, Johnny.
It's all right. She had a good couple balls there. It would have been tough, even if she made it. She didn't have much of a shot.
And there's still that group.
But she did snooker that ball. That 6 rolled up to the 15, kind of in the middle of the table by the 8. That's going to be a problem ball now. It's going to have to be moved. That was a good little combo.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. I've tried some combos, and they're really tough. You got to be so precise.
Especially at that distance. The further away from the pocket, the more difficult it is.
Wow, Johnny, you just spun that cue ball around the table.
Yeah, I was trying for a big draw spin stroke to break out that 14. I believe when I shot the combo that it's hooked a little bit by the force or it won't go clean.
Oh, so you were trying to break the 4?
It out.
Okay, I've got you.
So that was just a little safety play. Separate the 6 from the 15. Try not to leave her a whole lot.
Well, you got her thinking, Johnny, that's for sure.
Yeah, she's got it lined up pretty well. The 3 is a little easier than I would have liked to have left it. I'm not sure if she's going to shoot it in the side or the corner. But both should be makeable at this place.
Looks like she's lining up for the side.
Yep.
Oh, that was a great shot.
Good shot. Good shape on the 1. A little straight, but there's enough there to work with. That's another thing about pool in general is you typically like to have a little bit of angle. It helps you get around the table to your next ball. if you're pretty straight, it's really difficult to maneuver without going a long ways.
Yeah, I've run into that a couple of times, and a lot of times when I'm straight on, I end up scratching because the cue ball just follows the ball that I hit into the pocket.
Yeah, they do like to do that from time to time.
Wow, that was a long shot.
That was a really good shot. The cue ball was right on the rail. The object ball was pretty close to the rail by the side pocket.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed with her play so far.
And see, that was a really good angle to shoot that 6 on right there.
To make shape for
to get on the 4. She either could have gone a little high left or even low right to bring it out more closer to the side pocket.
Okay. And so when we use the word shape, we're talking about what the angle that the cue ball has to the next ball that you're trying to line up on?
Yeah, you're creating the path from the moment of contact with the object ball to where you want the cue ball to go for your next shot, the optimum spot.
Okay.
I believe I tried to force follow this ball. Really hard shot. Yep.
Oh my goodness, Johnny. Look at that. Oh no!
I put a really good stroke on it, but I didn't quite put enough left, and it came around 2 rails out of the corner. And scratched back in this right corner.
Oh, well,
I was actually trying to force follow off the end rail with a little bit of left, and have it try and run to that 14, because, again, it doesn't go cleanly by the 4 right now.
Okay. So is there any reason why you would have done a shot that hard if you weren't trying to break up those 2 balls there?
No, if possible, I try and play as soft as I possibly can. The softer you hit the balls, the more likely they're going to just funnel into the pockets. You don't want to hit them so soft that the table roll will get it, but just slightly more than that.
And what do you mean by table roll?
Well, we play on a lot of different tables in a lot of different places. Sometimes they move the tables. Sometimes they're just not taken care of very often. So the tables could be unlevel. And so they'll lean to one side or another, and the balls will all slowly shift that way when they're at a low speed.
Oh. But when they're at a high speed, they don't...
You're overcoming that factor.
I gotcha. All right, well, this looks like a tough shot there. Oh, wow. I thought she was going to miss that by hitting that side rail, but it went. Good job.
Yep, that was a good shot. Good shape on the 6 here.
Oh.
Right off the point.
Oh, that's tough.
She had really good shape on the 8 there also. She would have had the side or the corner from that point.
Yeah. Yeah, almost taking the first game from you, Johnny.
Yep, she put the pressure on quickly. I gotta admit, I hadn't been filmed in a while. I was a little nervous at this point. See, that was a good pocket speed shot. I hit it just hard enough to where it would have overcame any table roll, yet it didn't hit clean in the pocket, and it still funneled in on that last one.
Okay, I see what you're talking about with that, Johnny. That makes a lot of sense. All right. So you can see that he's marked the pocket with just a personal object that is not, or just a plain piece of chalk is the rules. Is that right?
Yeah, there's a few things that you can't use. You can't use money. You can't use a knife. A lot of people use lighters or just other personal effects, something small.
That's interesting. Why can't you use a knife?
I believe it's in the rules something about threatening.
Oh.
It just makes people a little nervous. It'd be the same if you used a little handgun or something. Some people get a little nervous over things. So you try and take any possible factors like that of making people feel uncomfortable out of the equation.
Okay, so Johnny is up 1-0 right now. Melissa's racking the balls up, making sure that we've got a tight rack. Beautiful job. Okay, Johnny, here's a question I've got for you. I noticed that Melissa, when she broke, she had the ball pretty much halfway between the long rails. And you put the ball way over by one of the long rails there. Can you tell me why you did that? Why does somebody choose one place versus another when they're breaking?
Well, specifically in this league, if you can make the 8-ball on the break, you instantly win the game. And there's a way to break from the side by hitting the second ball in a certain fashion that the 8-ball will come out of the rack. And it came out pretty well there. You can see it made it over halfway down the table.
Yeah, I see that.
And I still got a good spread. I didn't make a ball, but there were 3 that rattled and were pretty close.
All right, well, Melissa's off. She sunk the first ball.
Yep, she picks solids. She has a couple of good start balls to get her rolling here.
Now, do you see any problems on this table for either solids or stripes, Johnny?
It's just a little congested down here in the short end. Maybe the 2-ball for Melissa. Looks like she's maybe shooting that right now. Yep.
Ooh,
went in clean.
Nice shot.
So not a whole lot. If she can get on this 4. Yep, looks
all right.
good. A little short on the shape. It probably would have liked to have had that down to shoot it in the corner. So she could have gone up table with the cue ball a little easier.
Okay.
That way she could shoot the red 3 and the maroon 7 ball in this same pocket she's standing over right now.
Okay, I see that. Yeah, it looks like this has thrown a little kink in her intended outcome on that shot, and she's rethinking the rest of the way she's going to go through this rack.
Yep, it looks like she's going to try the 6 on the side. Oh, no.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
Yep, got a kick off of another ball and then scratched in the side pocket.
So what do you think about when you pick a place to put the cue ball when you've got ball in hand?
I look for the most difficult problem. And I would assume that combo right there is my problem right now. Oh. But I'm not starting there. That's funny.
All right, well, a good stop shot takes out one ball into the corner.
Yep, just probably a little draw here. Try and shoot the 12 in the same pocket. Maybe those balls go and I just can't tell from the camera angle. That's a possibility.
Oh, so you got one of yours and one of hers. So what happens when you get one of your opponent's balls?
As long as you've still made yours, it doesn't matter. You continue to shoot. You've just been very nice to them.
Well, you're such a nice guy, Johnny, all the way around.
Oh, there it is. That's a nice breakout.
Wow, that was
nice
beautiful.
Slow speed. And I'm still able, I have 2 shots here. The 14 or the 10 in that corner.
Now, did you have to put any side English on that to get it to break, to hit those 2 apart?
Yeah, that was a pretty good left English on that ball. I would say maybe half a tip out, but just a nice follow through.
Very nice, Johnny.
Yep, good touch. Now I just have a simple one rail out to the middle, pretty close to where the ball should be here. Yep. And take the 8 up in that corner.
Alrighty, well there's Johnny marking the corner pocket.
So with this, this is kind of scratchy, this shot for some people, and I'm just going to hit straight low and draw it over to the side rail.
Oh, so close, Johnny.
It was, just slightly off on the angle. I probably could have hit it a little softer and it might have still gone in. You saw how it rattled there? The higher you get your speeds, the more often if it hits a little bit of the corner, it'll rattle and just stay up.
So is that a tad faster than pocket speed?
That's a tad faster.
Okay.
I was more concerned with drawing the cue ball to that side rail than I was hitting at pocket speed.
Okay, all right. Well, Melissa's got a chance here. This is a long shot. When I first started, I struggled with this shot.
It is. It's a long shot, and she's kind of has to shoot around the 6 in a little bit of an awkward position, and then try to get back somehow for an easy shot on the 6.
Oh, right in the center of the pocket. That was fantastic. Good job, Melissa.
She made the shot well, but you could see by the expression on her face, she wasn't real happy with where she left the cue ball.
Well, we'll see if she's got any more magic in that cue stick. Okay, so what's going on here, Johnny? One of her teammates has come up to the table and talking with her. Is she allowed to get advice during the match like this?
She is. She's allowed one timeout and to have correspondence with a teammate of hers. I believe it's a 45-second window that they're able to talk about options, discuss things. And that's all because of her skill level. If you're a 3 or below, you actually have 2 per game.
Okay. I was wondering why she only had 1 because I knew that I get 2.
Yeah.
So do you get any timeouts?
I do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've been called before for timeouts for teammates. Maybe I get down, I'm trying to shoot the wrong ball because it happens to all of us. Maybe we try and shoot the solid when we're actually stripes or...
Oh, and a teammate's watching and they call timeout for you?
Yep, they'll call timeout real quick and say something, or maybe they see something you don't and just want to bring it up.
I get it. Well, that's great to have teammates looking out for you.
So from this position, it's pretty tough. There's a bank there, or there's really thin past the 8 ball in the pocket.
Well, I'm on the edge of my seat.
Nice
shot.
Oh,
Wow.
Off the rail, off the back of the 8. Beautiful shot. She has a good little angle to make the 8 here. And there's no worry about scratching from this shot. All she has to do is shoot it in, and the cue ball will go back and forth between the rails.
It looked like she was playing pinball there, Johnny.
Yeah.
That was fantastic. That was a good timeout.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I wouldn't have seen that shot for sure. I would have probably tried to bank it. Alrighty. Here's Melissa's chance to take her first win of this match.
Nice.
And she
Beautiful
drops
shot.
it.
Cue ball goes back and forth. Really appreciated Melissa this night for doing this filming, allowing us to do this first night. We didn't give her much warning, so really appreciate that.
Oh, she flowed with it so well. She's a sweetheart. And now it is 1-1.
Yep. Little pressure here now.
Well, I know that I wasn't even being filmed on my first match when I was playing for the APA, and I was really nervous that match. So I don't know, it makes me feel less alone to know that you were nervous when you were being filmed here.
Oh yeah, I get nervous at times, just like everybody else. I actually really like it. A lot of people think that's really strange, but there's not a lot in life that makes me that nervous, and I kind of get excited for it. It's something, it's what we're living for, is things that excite us and get us nervous and get us out of our comfort zones. So I really like those times, those chances.
Oh, well, that's fantastic outlook, Johnny. Do you have anything that you do to help calm your nerves when you're shooting? Do you get shaky hands? Because I know sometimes my hands get shaky and they start sweating and
a little bit. I try to keep my breathing as slow as I possibly can. Nice break. You see the cue ball followed through the rack like the last time.
Yeah, it sure did.
She made one in the side that time. It looks like... I couldn't tell what it was. But it's a stripe. I only see 6 up on the table. But yeah, I get nervous. The hands shake a little bit the more nervous I am. Just try to keep calm, steady, keep breathing. And pool, nothing's moving out there on the table until you make it move. So it's steadying your body, steadying your breathing, and trying to be as calm and smooth as you can on every shot. I believe I heard something about Karen Kaur. She was a world champion women's player years ago, and when she strokes, the final stroke, she makes sure that she exhales. That way your muscles are relaxing. It's like when you're lifting weights. All right, she made a good opening shot there. Got good shape on, I believe, the 15.
Well, she's off to a great start in this game.
She is. I don't see a lot of problem. The 14's a little tough. Doesn't go by the 2. Doesn't really go in the side very easy.
Oh,
and maybe
yeah.
that 10 is hooked a little by the 7. So there's a little bit of work.
Well, it looks like she's left herself in a tough position here. Does she have just a long shot?
Yeah, she's choosing the options. I think she has a long shot on the 9. She's also taking a look at the one in the side, the 14 there.
Oh, this is interesting.
Looks like she's opting for a bank on the 15. Possibly a little defense. Now with this rack, now it's my first turn at the table. I got the 3 ball. That's my start ball. It's easy. I can get running. And I dogged it.
Oh, no, Johnny.
I was really trying to get on that 6 because that's the most difficult ball from my grouping in this rack. Anytime you have a ball that's on the rail or really close to it by the side pocket that doesn't go in, it's the furthest from any pocket on the table. And so those are the most difficult shots. So I got good shape on it, but I didn't take my time and concentrate enough to make sure that the 3 went down.
Well, it happens to all of us, I guess.
Yep.
Well, this looks like another tough shot. She's got to cut this just perfect to get that to go. Oh.
Cut it a little thin. Put my 4 and 2 a little close together. They could be lined up for a combo.
All right, there's another ball down for Johnny.
There we go. That's my first one this rack.
Oh, all right. Well, just one ball down for Johnny then. All right.
That was not a good shot. You see, I bumped the 10 after making the 7.
Mm-hmm.
And I was hoping to shoot the 1 ball next, but the 10 came back off the rail and rolled and just got in my way. So now I'm having to look at the 2. And I'm not even sure I can bank this. I might be playing, just a soft defense into the corner. Then I separate the 2 and the 4 so I won't have to shoot a combo the next time up.
Okay.
And I didn't leave her much. She has that 14. But that's a long ways to get shape on the next ball, even if she makes it.
It's really fascinating to hear what's going through your head as you're making these shots and just how much work you accomplished with a shot that didn't end in dropping a ball in a pocket. You really changed the table out there to your advantage, Johnny.
Yep, I try and move them around every time in such a way that it's going to be easier next time. That was a great shot. Good.
Wow.
Good cut in the side. And you see she had to go a long ways to get shape. She does have a decent shape on the 15. That should be able to get her out for the 9 ball. Just go off the end rail with the cue a little bit, back out to the middle of the table.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, so close.
Cue ball went great. Just a little overcut on the 15.
All right. Well, what are you thinking here, Johnny?
I'm thinking I need to get on that 6. That's my problem. So how am I going to get there? What am I going to do to get about that? I believe I'm trying to get on the far side of that 1 so I can shoot the 1 in the side pocket and maybe even play it off of the 6. Oh, I just drew back.
Okay.
There we go. That was a big draw.
Yeah, it was. You know. Oh,
just
no.
clipped the 10.
A lot of times I clip the nipple on the side pocket when I try to put it the long way into the corner along the rail.
They do point out from time to time. I was real happy with the shape too. It was going to be a nice, easy, soft roll on the 1, be on the 4. But yeah, just clip the 10. She has a little bit of a backwards cut on the 9 into the corner pocket. Cue ball go towards the 15.
Oh, so close, Melissa.
The 6 is a little deep. I want to get that kind of early. I'm going to probably shoot the 1. Little draw and try and shoot the 6 next. Or not. It's been a while since I've played this match.
It's been about a month, yeah. Isn't it interesting how you see different things from this perspective?
You do. It's being up at the table, you see different lines, different patterns. Boy, I am real happy. I'm staying down really well on the ball, though, on all of these shots. So I came out a little too far. That's why I'm taking a little more time here. I would have liked to have been a little further left where it was just a little cleaner. I'm actually jacking up for a slight masse around the 8.
And as a masse, is that when you make the cue ball curve instead of going on a straight line?
Correct.
Yeah.
So it went around, did nice. It just didn't bite fast enough to make the ball.
That was a good try, Johnny. Oh no. Those long shots are so tough.
Yep, if possible, if I'm playing defense, if I can't hook somebody right directly behind a ball, I want to leave them full table because distance is really difficult. That was a good shot in the corner, perfect shape, pretty much straight in on the 8 ball.
All right, Johnny, another game in your pocket.
2-1 now.
Yeah, nice show. And one of the things I learned about the APA is that whoever loses the game racks the balls for their opponent to break in the next one.
Yep, that's correct, and we have a winner break policy. So if you've won, you keep breaking.
So because of that policy, it's actually possible that your opponent would never get up to the table if you won the lag and you broke and run everything.
That's true. I haven't seen that done in APA leagues. I've seen it done in other tournaments. I've come close a few times, put several games together in a row. But for that to happen for a whole match is pretty unheard of.
Well, that would take an awful lot of skill. I haven't even broken run one rack yet.
I'd also like to thank Mountain's Edge. They allowed us to film here, take really good care of us.
They do. Their employees are really courteous and always bends over backwards just to make sure that we have a wonderful experience.
So I tried that second ball break again. You can see the 8 ball came flying out and almost went in the corner.
That was amazing.
It's a pretty good spread. A little bit of congestion around the cue ball right now, but lots of possibilities.
Well, you almost had another game in your pocket there, Johnny.
Yeah, it's nice when they do go in. It's not very often when it happens, but when it does, it's nice. And as long as you're still getting a pretty good spread on the balls, you're not really hurting yourself. With this break, especially on a little bit smaller table, on a 7-foot table, the corner ball of an 8 ball rack will go in the corner pretty often with that second ball break.
I've noticed that on my table at home.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
So she just missed the 7 in the side, but the cue ball came down, pushed the 6 into the 8, and now the 8 is hanging in the jaws of the corner.
Wow, don't breathe down there.
Yep, anytime the 8 goes in after the break, early, it's a loss of game. So now we're both going to be on pins and needles until this one's over.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm on the edge of my seat right now. All right, well, Johnny's off to a start.
Yep, you see I start with something fairly easy. Just get the balls going.
Oh, you're making me nervous looking at that 6. Oh, what are you doing, Johnny?
It's a problem ball for me, so I'm hoping for a 3 rail.
Oh, wow. Are you kidding me, Johnny?
That's awesome.
That is ridiculous. Nice shot.
Thank you. That was, I needed to get the 6 out of there if I was going to continue the run, and it was going to be a problem for me if it stayed. So even if I didn't make the 2, just having it out of that corner was a big deal.
Wow.
I hit at a really good speed, so even it made the 2, and then it just hung in the jaws and gave me an opportunity to shoot it next and continue the run. Oh, I went a little too far now. I wish I had come up a little short. I'm going to have to go towards the corner where the 2 stripes are to get on this 3 ball. I might be playing for a bank on it. Yeah, see, I'm looking at the corner. And overrolled.
Oh, it didn't listen to you.
Yep, I was hoping to come up a little shorter and maybe play the 3 bank shot in the side pocket. So now I'm just going to go for a hit.
Ooh.
Just missed it.
Oh, well, what happens now? Why are you picking the ball up?
So because I didn't make good contact with my 3, and then get a rail afterwards, it's a ball in hand for my opponent. She gets to place it anywhere on the table that she'd like.
Oh, wow. Well, that helps her out a lot.
It does. She has two problems, really. There's the 2 balls down by the 8 ball, and then there's the 2 balls by the 3. Dealing with either one of them is where I would start. I would probably start by the 8, but both need to be dealt with. That's good. Got rid of one of the problems. Yep, nice, smooth, soft stroke.
There we go.
Try and shoot the 15 in the opposite corner. Give her some options on the 9 or the 13.
I was wondering if she intended to bring the ball that far to the rail, or if she was going to set up on the 9, if that was her intention to stay down there.
I think she was probably trying to get on the 9 ball on that shot. I think it stayed close to the rail. I don't know if she was trying to hold it or if she wanted it to go to the rail and come back out a little bit.
Wow, that was an amazing cut, Johnny.
Thank you. I put a lot of spin on that ball because she has quite a few blockers now guarding the 8, so I figured this was the safest place to put it. I remember this shot. I actually play it off the rail with a little bit of right-hand spin and spin the 8 into the corner.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh, that's beautiful, Johnny.
And again, that comes down to the pocket speed. I hit it really soft. Just let it, dribble into the pocket. It's not going clean from that point, but if you hit them nice and soft and smooth, they'll just funnel in there.
Well, nice out, Johnny. So we're at 3 games to 1?
Correct.
All right. And what's this race to?
I'm racing to 5 and she's racing to 3.
Okay. So pretty much even match now with both players needing 2 games to win.
Yep, it's a race to 2 at this point. Feeling pretty good about the break. Going back to the side break, going for the 8 ball.
All right, I'm keeping an eye on the 8 ball this time, Johnny. Oh, the 4 got in the way. That was headed there, Johnny.
Yep, it came out of the pack real good, first at the corner, and then it would look like it was going to go in the side, and the 4 just stopped it. I did make a ball. It appears that it was a stripe.
I was too busy watching the 8 ball.
Yeah, me too. I had to count them there for a second. A couple different balls as start balls. And I refer to a start ball as something to start the rack that's fairly simple. A shot that you know that's kind of easy, that you can just start getting your run going. It's pretty difficult when you first get up to the table and you got to try something really aggressive that's difficult to do right out of the gate. So I'm just motoring through this pretty quickly. They're all lining up one after the other.
Yeah, it's looking like you planned it all out from before you broke.
Yeah, that wasn't that great. I have a little bit of a funky angle on both the 10 or the 14. A little more than I would like. Looks like I'll just play 14 in the corner, go up table.
Oh, just missed. Oh, nice run, Johnny.
Thanks. I was trying to get by that 7 clean too. I was wanting to shoot the 10 next into the side pocket. So I just missed my angle on the cut, by, I don't know, an eighth of an inch or something like that.
It's amazing how these fractions of an inch can make so much difference, and the longer you need that ball to go, the more precise you have to be on that angle.
That's very true. It's probably even smaller than that. It's probably closer to a 16. I was on the thin set. Excuse me.
All right, well, Melissa's got work cut out for her. This is her first time up at the table in this game.
Yeah, she's got 1 or 2 start balls. She's choosing to shoot the 3 first. That should be good. Cue ball can go back and forth. Leave her on the 2 or the 7.
Ooh.
Just double point and back out. Good shape on the 2 for a next shot.
Well, I know how frustrating it is when your opponent's up at the table just pocketing balls and you finally get a chance to get up to the table and you're left with a shot that you just missed by a little bit and you have to go sit back down. So that's...
Yep, so I shot the 10 before the 14 there. Some of you might be curious, the 14 was pretty straight, but the angle the cue ball would have came off would have been right into the solids. So I decided to shoot the 10 first, so I had the angle to come around to get on the 8 a little easier.
Wow, now you're 1 away, Johnny.
I am. That was a pretty good rack. The break opened up real nice, and I just kind of motored through the my first time up at the table and got most everything off there.
You made very quick work of it. And when you're 1 game away, that's what's called being on the hill.
Correct. So for the break, we typically use a little bit different cue. A lot of times we use a cue with a little harder tip on it. Some people prefer a heavier weight, some people prefer a lighter weight, but a lot of times the tip will be harder so the tip doesn't mushroom out on you.
It's amazing how much technology has gone into this game.
Oh boy, 8 balls flying down there again.
Look at that. Oh.
Yeah, each time on my breaks on this match, the 8 ball was really moving.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So I made, looks like a solid in the side pocket. I don't see anything that's an easy start ball. I'll probably go with the 2. Maybe the 1 by the 8, but maybe just a little soft shot on the 2. Try and hold and shoot the 5 next.
Well, speaking of all the cues and tips, Johnny has been making cues for how many years now?
I think I'm up to 7 now. 7 or 8. I've made a little over 100 cues, both playing and break cues. So that was pretty good. Nice sharp cut on the 2 in the side. Looks like the 1 passes the 8. Just slow roll it in. Get shaped for the 5. Ooh.
What happened there, Johnny?
Just a miss. Now I remember that shot. Now the way that I missed that is I was actually playing the 1 ball to go off the 8.
Oh.
It wasn't clean, and I was trying to play the 1 to the rail and then clip the backside of the 8 and funnel it into the pocket. Pretty similar to how Melissa played 1 in that pocket earlier in the match.
Yeah, that's the thought that I had in my head I was going to ask you about.
So I missed that one. Everything's pretty open here. Pocketed the first ball, left herself a little deep for shape. I think she would have liked to have rolled up a little further and maybe shoot the 9.
Well, I know when the ball is that close to the rail, I've only got access to the top portion of the ball, and that really limits what I can do.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of choices once it's that close. Beautiful shot.
Wow.
In the corner.
Great shot, Melissa.
Looks like she has a couple options here. Probably looking at the 10 next. Let the cue ball come back and forth across the table and either be on the 14 in the same corner or the 15 into the side pocket. And it's good to have options like that.
Well, look at that. Another great shot.
Yep, beautiful shot in the corner. Looks like she's playing the 15 in the side. That should allow for just a little high English, and she'll roll up and shoot the 9 or the 15 next, depending on where it ends up.
Oh, nice
Good
shot.
speed.
She's about got her choice of either one. I think the 9 looks easier.
It probably does, but I think I like the 15 here. Just the natural shape of the 15 is going to go to the side rail and come around the 4, which would leave her almost the same shot on the 9 next time, to where the 15 is more guarded, and so this is about yeah. I like the choice here.
Yeah.
A little firm.
Can she still see that? Ooh.
I'm not sure. Doesn't look like she likes it, so she's maybe looking at the 14 now. Possibly a bank in the side. You know, what I haven't seen a lot in this match is we haven't played a lot of defensive shots. I think there's only been 1 or 2. And once you shoot so many of your balls off the table, like you're at this point, to where you only have 2, there's not a lot of options for defense. Maybe just length.
Well, if there's nothing else left, then length is the best defense that you can do.
Yeah, nice try on the bank.
Oh, so close, Melissa.
You see, the cue ball came around out of the corner, left her beautifully on the 9 if it would have gone down.
Yeah, she might have taken this game if she had made that.
Yep. Very possible. The 8 ball's pretty deep. She just would have had to shoot the 9 in and get down table. Now I have an issue with the 6 ball here.
Yeah, it looks like her 9's blocking it from going into the corner, huh?
It is. I was trying to put a little more right-hand English to get the cue ball closer to the 9 so I could shoot the 6 all the way down the rail.
Oh, okay.
So it's a little steeper, and it doesn't really go in the side pocket from that angle very easily. I'd have to hit it pretty soft, and that'd leave me a long ways from the 1 or the 5 for my next shot. So I'm going to go with the 1 instead.
Another long-distance sniper shot accomplished by Johnny Brown.
Yep, so I got a good little angle here on the 5. Multiple choices. I could either go high right, bring it around 2 rails, or low left, bring it back. But looks like I'm going high right, 2 rails to try and get it back down there by the 9 again. And came up a little short again. This is even a little worse angle than the last one.
Oh my.
And I'm right on the rail, so I don't have any availability to the bottom of the ball. Just straight top, try and roll it in. Definitely hit it thick and almost scratched. It was good shape on the 8, but that wasn't what I was trying to do. So she has a good look here at the 9 down in the corner. If she makes that, she should have a pretty natural shot on the 14 in the side.
Nice shot.
Good shot, good touch.
Well, if she goes to the side pocket with this, it looks like the cue ball will just travel right up towards the 8.
Correct. I would hit this with like a little bit of a medium pace to where it didn't go. I would try and keep it from running into the 8 on this shot.
Oh, so close.
She hit it with the medium pace. That was really good. If it had gone in the pocket, she was out.
Well, it doesn't look like you've got a very easy shot here, Johnny.
Yeah, the 6 ball's a little ugly here. I don't think it goes very easily by the 8. I believe I play a defense. Yep. It's pretty good. I was trying to put the cue ball completely behind the 8. I believe I gave her a look still. Yep. But it's a tough shot. It's full table.
Yeah, and she's
Right on the rail. Just a little bit of angle. Very makeable, but pretty difficult. And from where it's positioned, the side pocket really isn't an option.
This looks really similar to that stop shot drill that you were having me do, Johnny.
It is. It's susceptible at how difficult this shot is.
Well,
It looks a lot easier than it actually is.
well, don't feel bad, Melissa. Most of my practice shots looked like that. It's a tough one.
Yeah. So now we got all 3 balls lined up. And the 8-ball's closest to the pocket. That's not where you want it.
Yeah, not when you've got another ball that would really want to go in that pocket.
So I have an option of banking the 6 back in the corner pocket by me, or playing another defense. Went for the bank, and it rattled.
Oh, that was so close, Johnny. That was a nice try.
It was really good cue ball control there to send the cue ball to the rail and then back into the 14 to give me a look, the 8 and the 14, so I'd have a look on the 8 next also. It's not about just making the ball that you're shooting, but it's about having a next shot and making it as easy as possible to continue any run that you could possibly have. And that's how you're going to make more balls, win more games, and just continue.
I love these little tips that you kick down to me, Johnny. They've helped out so much. So Melissa's got another timeout here, talking about the layout on the table. What do you see here, Johnny?
She's got a thin cut on the 14. It goes, fairly easily into the corner. But the problem with this is it's kind of a steep angle. So the cue ball is going to either have to go all the way down table and back, or she's going to have to hit it really soft. And she kind of hit it right in between. So she's left herself quite a long shot for as thin as it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a very thin cut to get that to roll in.
The good thing about this is where it's positioned, the cue ball is just going to go back and forth down table, so there's not really a scratch factor involved. So you can really kind of swing at this ball and go firm with it, because it's such a thin cut that you have to hit a little firmer to make sure it has the energy transferred so it goes to the pocket.
Yeah, I got you, Johnny.
She's playing the bank.
Okay. We're not going to cut it at all.
Now, I couldn't tell when we were playing this match how close that 8-ball is. From the film, I can tell it's probably half a ball off of the end rail. And when it's that close, it makes it pretty difficult to do a bank that's this tight.
Is that because the cue ball gets in the way?
Yeah, it just doesn't give the cue ball enough time to move out of the way.
And when the cue ball does get out of the way, it's cut a little bit too thin there.
Yep, that one, she just overcut it a little bit. The cue ball did get out of the way, but to make that shot would be pretty difficult. You might have to put a lot of inside left and hit it pretty firm to where the cue ball might even have to jump a touch.
Oh, just squeaked by that 8, Johnny.
Yeah, I think I see it. I think I saw it move.
I think so.
I think it nicked it on the way by.
Just a little wiggle. All right, well...
So I was pretty nervous to get this over with. I hit that shot a little too firm, left myself full table. It is pretty straight.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
I was a little amped trying to get it over with.
Well, that's not an easy shot that you left Melissa there.
Yeah, it was beneficial the way it laid out. I definitely wasn't planning for that to happen. Other than just putting the cue ball into the middle of the rail. Anytime I shoot an 8-ball, I try and constantly control the cue ball, make sure it just stays to the middle of one of the 6 rails, as far away from a pocket as possible. But the 8-ball's kind of in a bad position. This is a tough little cut, right on the rail. Good swing at it.
Nice try, Melissa.
Fortunately for me, she left me a little easier. I think I have an option of the side pocket or the corner. I choose to take it in the corner. You're gonna make them more often in the corner than the side, especially on these valley tables, because of the way the side pockets are cut.
Yeah, I struggle putting them in the side pockets.
Yep.
Oh, nice shot, Johnny. And that's the match.
Nice and smooth, and yep, that's the match.
Well played,
Melissa
Johnny.
Put up a great fight in that game. We were both a little nervous coming into it. We hadn't done this before, and so now one's in the books.
Well, a special thanks to you for coming into the studio and giving me your thoughts here live while we're watching your match. And thank you very much to Melissa for being a wonderful opponent and great sportsmanship by all.
Yeah, thanks. It was a fun match, good time, good evening down there at Mountain's Edge, and fun time for APA. Looks like I'm talking to somebody about some work right now. Brought me a shaft over to work on.
Well, I'm just amazed. Anytime we go anywhere with a pool table, somebody's usually saying, "Hey, Johnny," and breaking out a cue stick and showing you something with it.
Yeah, it happens quite a bit. There's a lot of stuff goes into the cues and the tables to where I'm just happy to be able to help people and get them to where they can play better, get them the best equipment they possibly can, whether it be tips or sticks or just general tips to help their game.
Well, that's lovely. Well, we're going to give a shout out to the Cascade chapter of the APA, operated by Steve Del Rosso and Kelly Del Rosso. Thank you very much.
Yep.
And we'll be back with another video and maybe start a tutorial series.
Awesome. Thank you, Danny.
All right. Thank you, Johnny. We'll talk to you soon.